Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Hope you are having a good Tuesday morning and have a great Tuesday as a whole. All right, whatever it is you're doing, you're going to work, you're going to walk the dog, you're playing golf, you're going to the gym, make sure you enjoy it and you work hard in the gym. But let's talk the boys out on loan, and with some really good performances this week, with some interesting performances. You know, whenever someone says interesting character, it normally means, you know. So there were some difficult performances and we had some guys that didn't play. Do want to also specify, won't really talk about Lucas Bergvall in this. He's not really, I know he's a Spurs player and he's out on loan. I'm not talking about Eric Dyer because of it, if you know what I mean. You know, it's just about the boys who have been here out on loan, you know, like the ones that I talk about, all right? Just want to say, if you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us. And let's talk about the boys out on loan. And I want to start, basically, well, with the two guys that you see on the thumbnail in the Ashley and Alfie combo, but also Joe Rodon, because they all played in the same game. I have talked about Plymouth and Leeds playing each other 2 or 3 times now in the last couple of weeks, and it makes these videos shorter and easier. That's all I'm going to say. Let me start with Joe Rodon, because Leeds won 2-0 away to Plymouth. Joe's having a fantastic loan deal. I'd say every video Joe's having a fantastic loan deal, and it hasn't changed. You know, he was a guy that he's one of them. I wouldn't say he's the main reason, but he's one of the main reasons Leeds are doing so well in the Championship and they are fighting to come back to the Premier League. You know, we all talk about, you know, Somerville's, but Nonto, I think Ethan Ampadu. I forgot about Ethan Ampadu. You know, he's there now. Mellier's playing quite well. So they've got a lot of players doing really, really well. And he is one of the big reasons in the defence that they are doing so well. And I've talked about, look, he's not going to be here next year. We know that he's not a player that Spurs are going to bring into the first team. He's a player that's going to get sold. And he's only got 1 year left on his contract. So, you know, you're not going to make crazy amounts of money on him. But I think 15 million's reasonable money to make on him. I think, you know, teams in the Premier League obviously want him. We know Leeds and other Championship teams want him. So when you look at Premier League teams wanting him, 15 million for teams that maybe are wary of financial fair play, knowing that they can't spend a ton of money, looking at Joe Rodon going, well, he's had Premier League experience. He's been one of the best defenders in the Championship last year. For 15 million, we're not having to spend 20, 25, 30 million on him. It probably allows us to spend money elsewhere in other positions that are weak as well, that we need to work on. It makes a lot more sense. And I think Joe will be in the Premier League next year. That's the way I look at it. I don't see, you know, if Leeds didn't go up, for example, then Leeds bought him. I don't see that happening. I think if Leeds come up, they definitely buy him. Absolutely. But I do see him being in the Premier League next year, because I think he's good enough to be, you know, around a mid-table team. You know, I do rate Joe Rodon. I think he's a really solid player. He's good on the ball. He's physical enough. He's quick enough. He's just never going to... And it's never a dig when I say this, but he's not what we need right now. It's never a dig. But he's doing really well. Let's talk about the other two on the other side of things. Ashley Phillips and Alfie Devine. I will actually put in a picture of what Plymouth fan, Pieface, the FIFA YouTuber, he goes home and away to all the games. I will put up what he said about Ashley Phillips, because he said he was brilliant. And look, I'm not going to look at the rating as such. Ashley Phillips is having a fantastic loan deal already. The Plymouth fans have taken to him like a house on fire. He's been absolutely magnificent for Plymouth. And I was watching some clips actually of Alfie playing out there as well, and realising this is a guy who hasn't had Championship football before, right? He played the first half of this season at Port Vale in League One, did really, really well. I've been watching clips in the Championship, obviously this is now the next step up. And it's quite impressive, you know, the awareness, the ability to skip away from tackles, you know, dropping of hips and shoulders to get away from people, good picking of passes. I love the fact they're both there at Plymouth. And I also like the fact that I would like to send more players to Plymouth every year. You know, if they're going, look, we need some players, we go, here's a guy that we really, really rate. I mean, we sit here at Spurs and we really rate, you know, Jamie Donnelly's and Alfie Dorrington's and players like that. wasn't a reason why maybe one of them can't go out on loan next season to Plymouth, you know. I'm not saying it has to be one of them, I'm just saying that's the idea. You know, have that connection. You know, there's no harm in that, in my opinion. But yeah, it was a difficult game for Plymouth. I don't think they were all that bad. And the two boys, they did play decently enough. Leeds are just that level above them, and that there's no shame in that. There is absolutely no shame in that. Moving on, Troy Parrott. Just want to talk about Excelsior Rotterdam. Lost 4-2. Played 90 minutes again, and he was the main guy. And look, he's again like Joe, and you can say Ashley and Alfie to be fair as well, having a really good loan deal. And look, I talked about in a previous video how he's going to have 1 year left on his contract in the summer. You know, the big boys in Europe, not Europe. That's Real Madrid going, no, we don't want Mbappe. Troy Parrott's over there. I'll have a bit of that, please. No, what I meant to say was that the big boys in Holland, your Ajaxes and your PSVs are interested in Troy. And to be honest, if I had to predict now, do I see Troy being part of the first team squad next year? I don't. Right? And because of that, he's probably going to get sold in the summer. You know, academy product, make your money against financial fair play, all that jazz that, you know, we are also aware and afraid of as football fans now. It just makes sense. And I said also in the video not long ago that I, for him, want him to be able to, if he's not going to get a chance at Spurs, to let him move, but let him move permanently. Get him a club that he can settle at for 2-3 years, where he doesn't have to, I'm loaning here, and then I'm loaning there, and then I'm across, you know, I'm in Holland now being loaned out. You know, if he gets sold, then he gets to settle down and really knuckle on with his career, and that's what I hope for him. But yeah, Troy, good performance again. Yeah, it's just difficult, you know. You're not the reason that you conceded 4 goals, you know. Let's move on to Sergio REGULON. Tough game for Brentford. Lost 4-1 at home to Liverpool. Sergio played 85 minutes, did get a booking. It's a tough one. It really is, because when I was watching that game, Liverpool, it was one of those that Liverpool just flicked into 4th and 5th gear every time they attacked. It felt like it, and Brentford really struggled with them. You know, McAllister was solid. You know, Salah came off the bench. Salah came off the bench. Jota, obviously, I know got injured, but Jota was really good. Nunez was really, really good. Gakpo got on the score sheet. There's just so many options and firepower there that I think Brentford just couldn't handle it. So tough loss, but I don't think the scoreline was all that representative of the game. I don't think Brentford played that badly. I just think there was times where Liverpool showed there's a difference between the two, and that was all. But again, Reguilon's playing big minutes, because obviously Rico Henry's injured at the moment, so he's playing big minutes, and that's lovely for us. Lovely for us, because if he gets sold, we'll probably make about 10 mil for him. Bosh, into the summer coffers, and I want, you know, to get a new left back, please. I need a new left back. I really do. Talking about another defender down at Millwall, Jaffet Tanganga. Lost 2-0 at home to Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday? Yes, it was Sheffield Wednesday. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, tough game. They've been a bit out of form recently, Millwall. They've not been as... I know they're sort of that mid-table, bottom half to mid-table realm of the Championship. Yeah, you know... It's been difficult, that's all I'm going to say, but a tough run recently. And they really do need to kind of get themselves together again. Played 90 minutes, did get a booking. You know, for Jaffet, 57 passes is quite a lot for Jaffet Tanganga. It's still early days. Like I said, I normally try and give a good 6 weeks or so, just trying to give players enough time to, one, settle and then show what they're about. It's just ironic if an Ashley Phillips or an Alfie Devine go in there and tear it up straight away. Different, but you know, Jaffet's gone into this team. They've not done so well to start off with. Just needs a bit of time. That's all. There's no harm in that. Just really quickly, by the way, Tanguy and Dombele and Jed Spence both 0 minutes. So just thought I'd throw that one out there. I'm not even going to talk about them. All right. Alejo out in Sevilla did play 4 minutes. 0-0 draw away to Valencia. I was wondering. I was sort of looking at I was looking through and sort of seeing what the general feel is. I mean, Sevilla quite like Veliz, but I think that's because they like the Spurs interaction with all like their Twitter posts or X posts and Instagram posts. But Alejo, actually, they did say looked really, really lively coming on. Fitness doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. Happy days. Happy days. I hope, look, he's not going to have issues settling as much because obviously speaks the language, but I hope goes in there, finishes the season with somewhere between 5 and 8 goals, something like that. Comes back to Spurs next year. Maybe we've got ourselves a second striker. Maybe. You know what I mean? It's not out of the realms to think about how, he does well here at Sevilla, who are a team that are not doing so well in the league. Comes back to Spurs, and that form translates into him being a really good option for us. Because Lord, do we need it. Moving on to a guy who scored. Matthew Craig down at Doncaster Rovers. 5-1 away to Grimsby Town. Getting on the score sheet. It was ironic. I was looking at stats. I was like, I think Grimsby played all right. I was looking, they're more possession, more shots. I was like, they didn't do it too badly. But possessions don't win games. You know that. I know that. But they scored, 5-1. Had a good little loan spell down at Doncaster. And again, these things all play a massive part. Because I said that even if, they don't kick on to become England you could say, but Spurs players, it rubs off on the rest of the group. It rubs off on the rest of the academy. It rubs off on the idea that you can go out on loan, you can speed up your progression. And I love it. And to finish off, Josh Keeley, 4-2 win home to Flyde, away to Flyde, sorry. Having a good loan spell. Obviously extended his contract another year, which is always nice to see. But he's having a good loan spell. And do you know what? I think this week, if we sum it up, I think there's been some good, there's been some bad, there's been some indifferent. It's what the loan roundup's all about, isn't it? But anyway, guys, in the video, hopefully you enjoyed. Drop a like on the video. If you did, hit me in the comment section your thoughts, feelings about the boys out on loan. Obviously, subscribe if you're new and hit the notification for more. But anyway, guys, in the video, I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.